This is Oklahoma Inside Out, a weekly broadcast of Cimarron Alliance that focuses on the issues, culture, and people important to LGBT Oklahomans. And now, here's your host for Oklahoma Inside Out, Scott J. Hamilton.
Hi, and welcome to Oklahoma Inside Out. I'm really happy that you are with us today. If you missed last week's show, take a listen to it, please, because we had some great folks on talking about the LGBT Summit, the college summit that happened at the University of Central Oklahoma this past weekend. I want to say a very special thanks to our friends at the Equality Network for putting this together, and certainly to our friends at SAFE at UCO for doing such an amazing job of hosting the event. It was just incredible to see so many people, a couple hundred young people who are active and involved and concerned about the future of equality in Oklahoma. So having been a part of that, I can say without any qualification that we are in good hands with this next generation. Today we're talking about an event that's coming up, a first of its kind in Oklahoma, so I know that you'll be glad that you listened in today. We'll talk with our guest after we take a look at news making the headlines this week. Record executive Clive Davis says he's bisexual. In his new memoir, the 80-year-old Davis, who is twice divorced, reveals that he first had sex with a man in the 1970s. Davis writes in The Soundtrack of My Life, his new book, that he hadn't been repressed or confused during his marriages and that sex with a man provided welcome relief. Davis is the CEO of Sony Music Entertainment, and he writes that he's been in a strong monogamous relationship with a man for the last 7 years. The Supreme Court of Mexico has ruled that banning same-gender marriage is unconstitutional. The unanimous decision referred to the United States Supreme Court, Loving v. Virginia, and Brown v. Board of Education to highlight other forms of discrimination that have been rebuked in law. The historical disadvantages that homosexuals have suffered have been well recognized and documented, the court said. Public harassment, verbal abuse, discrimination in employment, and access to certain services, in addition to their own exclusion to some aspects of public life. In this sense, when they are denied access to marriage, it creates an analogy with the discrimination that interracial couples suffered in another era. That's news making the headlines this week. I said at the top of our broadcast that we're going to be talking about an event that has never happened in Oklahoma City before. It is a first of its kind. This is an example of what happens when someone says, I have an idea, and I wonder if there would be any interest in it. And in short order, people started coming around saying, yeah, I'm interested in that. So here today to tell us all about this event that's coming up in June is our friend Joshua Sauer. Josh, welcome back to Oklahoma Inside Out.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for having me.
This is your second time on. The last time we were talking about another event, which was Pride last year. You were very involved in that, and now you are serving on the Cimarron Alliance board, and you had the idea some months ago of creating a run, an equality run, and let's talk about that. What exactly is an equality run?
An equality run is basically a run for everyone, regardless of your age, gender expression, sexual orientation, your race. It could be your abilities, whether you can walk, run, or if you need to use a wheelchair. It's for everyone, and we invite everyone out. It's June 29th of 2013, and the race starts at 8 a.m. in the morning.
And 8 o'clock seems pretty early, but I guess if you're a runner and you want to get your run in, you want to do it before it gets too hot in the day.
Absolutely.
I think it's wonderful that you've planned this as kind of a cap to what is known as National LGBT Pride Month. President Obama declares June to be such, and so I think it's a wonderful way to wrap up the month with an equality event that really draws from not just the LGBT community, but certainly from other groups as well.
Absolutely. That's the whole idea behind it. It was, to kind of celebrate June as the LGBT month, but also, equality is for everyone. And if we're going to be amongst the other minorities in our country that have struggled in the past, then we need to also invite them out to run with us.
Now let's talk specifics about the run. Is this a sanctioned run, Josh?
Absolutely. It's sanctioned by the USA Track and Field Association, and everyone that runs the 5K, or I should say everyone that runs, walks, or wheelchairs the 5K or 10K is timed, and it'll be an official sanctioned event. Now, we do have a 1 mile fun run where we invite people to walk, have fun with their kids, and it's not as much as, the registration doesn't cost as much for that, and it's just a fun event to, it's only 1 mile, and so anyone can come out. You can even come to watch the event.
You mentioned registration. Is registration already open for the event?
Absolutely. It opened 2 weeks ago, and if you sign up before March 8th, you'll get the early bird registration price.
And how much is it to register for the 5K?
The 5K is only $25.
$25?
$25.
So you don't have to have sponsors and that kind of thing?
No sponsors, and you get a free T-shirt, and the T-shirt is high quality. It's the dry fit type. It's not a cotton shirt, so it's great quality, and you also get a finisher's medal, which we won't reveal the image of that until the day of, because it's going to be something else.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, okay, I'm going to ask you a personal question.
Okay.
Because I get pretty intimidated when I'm around athletes, and especially runners, because to be honest with you, the only running I do is back and forth from the buffet.
Okay.
So is somebody like me encouraged to participate in this?
Absolutely, and as a matter of fact, we plan on having an 8 weeks before the event. We'll have a runner's clinic, and basically it's a couch to 5K program. And so if you actually wanted to run the entire 5K, you could start your training 8 weeks before, and you would be able to do that. A 5K is very easy. It just takes
wait a minute.
It just takes a lot of training, and it's simple training. It only takes about 20 minutes out of your day, and you just got to be dedicated. I started out running a half mile, and now I can run 15 miles. And so
but go back to what you said a moment ago, the couch to 5K. So
5K.
Seriously, this clinic is going to be able to take someone like me and prepare me in 2 months to run a 5K.
Absolutely. It's very simple. You follow the plan. It's not a gimmick. Anyone can do it. And you know what? If you don't finish the 5K running, that's okay. The idea is not to finish first, it's to finish it all, and that's the whole the point of this event, is just to go out there and celebrate equality for all, and do your part.
I love the notion of that. It's not to finish first, but just to finish.
To finish it all.
I think that's really something that we collectively ignore sometimes. It's
Absolutely.
not a matter of who can get there first. It's a matter of all of us crossing that finish line in terms of equality in our state. Now, I know that you've been working with a bunch of folks to make this happen, and frankly, you guys have put together something, at least from my viewpoint, in such a short time that normally might take a very, very long time to put together. But I guess that speaks to the people you're working with. I want to know about those folks, how you've been working together, where they came from, and who they are, and we'll do that after we first take this break. We're visiting today with Josh Sauer about the Equality Run 2013.
Hi, I'm David Macy, a board member of the Cimarron Alliance, and I'm asking for your help. We work every single day to make life better for gay Oklahomans, now and for generations to come, but we can't do it without you. Please consider making a gift of just $20 a month to the Cimarron Alliance and be a part of our march toward equality. Visit www.cimarronalliance.org today and make your pledge. It's a gift you can feel good about giving.
It's a brand new year, and the Oklahoma Observer has a brand new look. We asked our readers what they wanted, and we've given it to them. Now, the Oklahoma Observer arrives in your mailbox in a convenient magazine format. That means more room for more stories that are important to you. What's more, our online version at www.okobserver.net is updated throughout the day, so you have instant access to the news, analysis, and in-depth reporting that you just can't find anywhere else. The legislature will soon be in session, and you can count on the Oklahoma Observer to be your eyes and ears at the Capitol and beyond. If you're a progressive Oklahoman, you owe it to yourself to be informed about issues and legislation that impact you, your family, and the LGBT community. Visit www.okobserver.net today. Our only agenda is to provide critical news to critical thinkers.
Welcome back to Oklahoma Inside Out. I'm Scott J. Hamilton. Our guest today is Joshua Sauer, who is chairing the Equality Run 2013. Now, just before the break, we were talking about the people that you've been working with. Now, the idea was yours. You mentioned this, I think, maybe in November for the first time. And honestly, it really should have taken you a year to put this together, but you must be working with some really dedicated folks on your committee.
Absolutely. There's no way that I could have gotten anything done and made up that lost time if it wasn't for the wonderful group of people that I have on the committee.
Who are some of the people that are serving on your committee?
I'll just name them all because they all deserve the same amount of notoriety. Spencer Hankins, Nunu Rutman, Levi Lawson, Tiffany Watt, Jonathan Wantz, Amber O'Brien, Hunter Sanders, Sarah Barnett, Tim Pesh, Phil Carlton, Andy Cole, Lindsay Russell, who is my personal trainer, and Catherine Primus, and of course you two, Scott J. Hamilton and Chris. That's
wonderful. You mentioned Phil Carlton, so it's great that you've included some senior citizens in this work.
Absolutely,
and I think it shows that you're really interested in reaching out to everyone. Now, I know that Phil is a runner. He has been really excited about this. So what is the committee been doing, and how much more involved will the committee be as we get closer to race time?
Each committee member, including our senior citizen, Phil, who I am very proud of, by the way, who just ran 9 miles over the weekend, so even he can do it. Each of them have a task, and so it's a very well organized committee, and they each have a task, and some of them will start now, some of them won't perform till race day, but they all have the task, and they're all experienced runners, and they have a background in the area, so they know what they're doing, and they have a lot of great, fresh ideas.
Now, where I didn't ask you this before. Where is the race taking place, Josh?
That's a good question. The race is taking place at the Stars and Stripes Park on Lake Hefner.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't have to do like road closings and things.
No road closings. There's no. There will be police there, but there's not going to be any police cars blocking traffic. There's going to be a great park, so you can bring your lawn chairs, your food. You can bring drinks, soda, whatever you need to bring to have a great time in the park.
And your kids.
This is a family-friendly event. There's a park there they can play at. And we're also going to have an art exhibit, which basically brings light to our past struggles in every strand of diversity. And also it's going to highlight various leaders in our community and also the national and world leaders as well.
Who are two of your favorite civil rights leaders?
Well, I think Harvey Milk is probably the number one. It's such an inspirational story. And then, of course, I would say that a current day leader who's made his way up to the top is our president. He's a guy that I really look up to. And of course, there's a ton of other people.
Oh, sure. I mean, we all. I think the first thought when we say civil rights is Dr. King, and certainly he is at that pinnacle. I'm thinking of Harvey Milk also, and perhaps less well known is Bayard Rustin, who
absolutely.
Pardon me. Were it not for him, an out gay African American man, if it weren't for him, the March on Washington never would have happened, and
absolutely,
we just. So much happened because of him, and yet we don't lift him up. I think
and also, enough. There's Rosa Parks that obviously deserves a lot of credit as well.
And when it comes to equality, we're really talking beyond racial lines, beyond sexual orientation. We're also talking about equality of women, and sadly,
absolutely,
there's still a struggle there. And so we certainly want. You keep saying we were inviting everyone, but I want to underscore that this is an opportunity for women to come out and really have a visible presence in marching, or in this case, running toward equality. The one thing that just struck me about the park, there's not a great deal of parking there. Is that going to be an issue?
I hope it is an issue. I hope that we have a ton of runners. But if it does become an issue, we will notify everyone via email, also our social media and website, equalityrun5k.com, where you can register, by the way. And we plan on having shuttle buses available if parking does become an issue, and we'll know before the event happens. Please arrive early. The race starts at 8 o'clock. The opening ceremony is about 7:55. So arrive around 7 o'clock. I mean, plan early for this. The run is only going to last till about 10, 11 a.m. So it's a short event. But if parking does become an issue, we'll let you know.
Okay, that's. It sounds like you guys have covered so many bases.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk a little bit about how people can get involved individually, but also how organizations might come out and be represented together. Give us the registration is available at what's the website again?
EqualityRun5k.com. You can also go to CimarronAlliance.org, and there's a link there for it as well.
Okay, and do you have a Facebook page?
There at Facebook, you go to facebook.com/EqualityRunOK.
Okay, well, we still have quite a bit to talk about. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Josh, I'm going to ask you to speak to true involvement of everyone.
Hi, I'm Lorette Taylor, past chair of Cimarron Alliance. I joined the board because I believe in the vision and the work of this organization. We're working every day listening to the concerns of our community and helping to address those very concerns. I hope you will consider supporting Cimarron with a gift. Even $10 a month will help. Working together, we really can achieve equality for all gay Oklahomans. Please visit www.cimarronalliance.org and make your gift today.
It's a brand new year, and the Oklahoma Observer has a brand new look. We asked our readers what they wanted, and we've given it to them. Now, the Oklahoma Observer arrives in your mailbox in a convenient magazine format. That means more room for more stories that are important to you. What's more, our online version at www.okobserver.net is updated throughout the day, so you have instant access to the news, analysis, and in-depth reporting that you just can't find anywhere else. The legislature will soon be in session, and you can count on the Oklahoma Observer to be your eyes and ears at the Capitol and beyond. If you're a progressive Oklahoman, you owe it to yourself to be informed about issues and legislation that impact you, your family, and the LGBT community. Visit www.okobserver.net today. Our only agenda is to provide critical news to critical thinkers.
Welcome back to Oklahoma Inside Out. Our guest today is Joshua Sauer, who is chair of the committee that is putting on the Equality Run 2013. Josh, if there is a youth group or a senior citizens group or an organization that would be interested in running together, is that possible?
Absolutely. It's absolutely possible. And we welcome that. We invite that. And if that group doesn't want to run or participate in the race itself, they can even volunteer as groups, because we're going to need about 75 volunteers for this event to take place, and that involves handling the parking, the water stops, and so they can register as groups to participate. You can also register to volunteer online at EqualityRun5k.com.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah, there's a volunteer button, and all the volunteers, we will cap the volunteers out. So if you want to volunteer, you better sign up now. But each volunteer will get a free breakfast on us, as well as a free T-shirt.
Well, there are so many reasons besides the breakfast and T-shirt to be a part of this. Because honestly, since this is the first of its kind in the entire state, I think that you're really poised well to make a strong statement, and that is that equality is something that we're all working for in many different ways. But this really does give the community a spotlight that I think has not happened, certainly in athletics.
Absolutely. It combines health, and there's going to be an educational component, a culture component. It kind of encases everything that people enjoy. And if you don't come to run, if you don't come to watch the runners, come to watch the opening ceremony, because we're going to have a wonderful speaker, and it's going to be truly inspirational. We're not going to name the speaker yet, but it's going to be an inspirational thing, and there's going to be a live DJ Glitter of Oklahoma City. He's going to be live playing his jams.
So if you're not running, but you've been in a club until 4 o'clock in the morning, then just come on out to the park and keep dancing. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. And if you want to bring a beverage, bring your beverages 3.2 or lower. That is the rule.
we appreciate that caveat. Josh, I would. Quick question: are you looking for sponsors for the Equality Run?
That is and I'm glad we're saving the best for last, because that is the most important part right now, is to find sponsors for this event. And we have had several organizations contact us.
You have a number of different sponsorship levels, from just an individual sponsorship all the way up. How does someone become a sponsor?
Well, the easiest way would be to email me at joshua@cimarronalliance.org.
Okay.
Or you can call the Cimarron Alliance office at, what's the number, Scott?
405-495-9300.
That's the easiest way to do it, and we'll get you a packet sent over to you.
Josh, of everything we've talked about, I guess the thing that I'm most struck by is what you said about regardless of ability or disability. Mm-hmm. And I think that by opening this to persons who are differently abled,
absolutely,
that just truly lifts the notion of equality for all people.
There are going to be people along that finish line cheering for everyone, even if they have to wait an hour for the last person to cross, whether they're in a wheelchair, whether they have one leg, no legs, or they're just walking. It's going to be an inspirational experience. I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds like it. Congratulations to you and your entire committee for putting this together. And we'll be talking more about the Equality Run when it gets a little closer to time.
Absolutely.
Our guest today has been Joshua Sauer, and it's exciting that things are already well underway as we're preparing to celebrate LGBT Pride Month in Central Oklahoma. I want to thank you for being with us, and I hope that you will encourage your friends to listen to a new show every week. And we thank you, as always, for being a loyal listener. Our producer is Chris Moyer. Cimarron Alliance board co-chairs are Randall Marsh and Catherine Primus. Our office coordinator is P.K. Kelly Palmer, and our announcer is Lisa Pizzeri. From all of us at Cimarron Alliance and Oklahoma Inside Out, I'm Scott J. Hamilton, thanking you for joining us. Until next time, hang on to the vision of a fair and just Oklahoma.
Oklahoma Inside Out is a production of Cimarron Alliance, Central Oklahoma's preeminent LGBT advocacy and education organization. If you have a topic you would like to hear discussed, or a person who you would like to hear interviewed, please call 405-495-9300 or email oklahomainsideout@cimarronalliance.org. Please feel free to share the link to this broadcast with your friends.